The golf world is holding its breath. Every swing, every tournament appearance, every practice session, it's all being watched, analyzed, and debated with an intensity that few young athletes ever experience. Charlie Woods. That name carries weight, history, and expectations that could crush most teenagers. But this isn't a story about pressure. This is a story about potential legacy and whether lightning can truly strike twice in the same family. When Charlie Woods steps onto a golf course, something remarkable happens. Conversations stop. Cameras focus. Social media explodes. It's not just curiosity, it's something deeper. Golf fans around the world are asking themselves the same question. Are we witnessing the early stages of another generational talent? Are we seeing the beginning of a story that could rival or even surpass one of the greatest careers in sports history? Let's be clear about something right from the start. Charlie Woods isn't just another junior golfer with a famous parent. The golf world has seen plenty of those. Second-generation players who carry recognizable names but fade into obscurity when the talent doesn't match the pedigree. But Charlie? Charlie is different. And his swing tells us exactly why. Before we dive into the technical breakdown, let's understand the context. Charlie has been around golf his entire life, not just as a spectator, but as someone who's absorbed the game at the highest level. He's walked major championship courses. He's watched preparation routines that have won tournaments against the world's best. He's had access to coaching, facilities, and insights that most aspiring golfers can only dream about. But access doesn't guarantee success. Talent does. Work ethic does. And that's where Charlie's story becomes truly compelling. Let's start with his setup. Watch how Charlie addresses the ball. There's no hesitation, no uncertainty in his positioning. His feet are shoulder-width apart, creating a stable base that's essential for generating power while maintaining balance. His knees have just the right amount of flex knot, too stiff, not too loose. This is fundamental stuff, but Charlie executes it with a consistency that many professionals spend years perfecting. Now look at his grip. The hands are unified, working as a single unit, rather than two separate entities, fighting for control. His grip pressure appears relaxed, not tense. This is crucial. Too tight, and you lose clubhead speed and fluidity. Too loose, and you sacrifice control. Charlie's found that sweet spot. That Goldilocks zone where power and precision coexist perfectly. His posture is equally impressive. The spine angle is tilted correctly, creating the foundation for a proper swing plane. His arms hang naturally from his shoulders, not reaching, not pulling back. There's an athletic readiness in his stance, like a sprinter in the blocks. It's coiled and ready to unleash explosive energy in a controlled direction. Now comes the magic, the backswing. This is where we start seeing those unmistakable echoes, those genetic fingerprints that link Charlie to golfing royalty. As he initiates the takeaway, watch his hands. They move back low and smooth, the club head staying outside his hands. This creates width in the swing arc, and width means power. It's physics and biomechanics working in perfect harmony. The shoulder rotation is where things get really interesting. Charlie's shoulders turn approximately 90 degrees, while his hips rotate roughly 45 degrees. This differential creates torque, coiling the body like a spring ready to release. But here's what's remarkable. The movement is smooth, not forced. There's no rushing, no snatching the club back. It's measured, controlled, patient. At the top of his backswing, pause for a moment. Look at that position. His left arm assuming he's hitting right-handed like his father's, beautifully extended. Not locked, but extended with just enough softness to maintain fluidity. His wrists are fully hinged, creating that crucial angle between the club shaft and his left arm. This is where potential energy lives, waiting to be transformed into clubhead speed, and that shoulder position at the top. It's turned fully under his chin, his back almost facing the target. This is the hallmark of powerful ball strikers. Limited shoulder turn means limited power. But Charlie's creating maximum coil while maintaining his spine angle and balance. That's not easy. That's the result of countless hours of practice, of muscle memory being built rep after rep after rep. Now, Let's talk about the transition. This is the most critical moment in any golf swing. It's where amateurs fall apart and professionals separate themselves from the pack. The transition from backswing to downswing is a fraction of a second, but it determines everything: distance, accuracy, consistency. Watch how Charlie starts his downswing. It doesn't begin with his hands or his arms. It starts from the ground up. His lower body initiates the movement. There's a subtle weight shift toward the target, his hips beginning to rotate before his shoulders have finished turning back. This creates lag, that magical quality that generates effortless power. His hands drop into what instructors call the slot, that perfect delivery position where the club approaches the ball on an inside path. This isn't something you can fake. This isn't something you can force. It's the result of proper sequencing of the body's kinetic chain firing in the correct order. Feet, knees, hips, torso, shoulders, arms, hands, and finally, the club head. The lag he maintains is extraordinary for someone his age. Look at that angle between his left arm and the club shaft as he approaches impact. That acute angle is stored energy, potential speed that hasn't been released yet. Amateur golfers release this angle too early, casting the club and losing speed, but Charlie holds it, preserving it until the last possible moment and then impact. This is where theory meets reality. This is where months and years of practice either pay off or reveal their shortcomings. Charlie's impact position is textbook perfect. His hips are open to the target, his chest is rotating through, but his head remains steady. Anchored over where the ball was positioned, the compression through impact is visible. You can see the ball being squeezed between the club face and the ground for that split second before it launches. His hands are ahead of the club head at impact, creating a descending blow that produces that penetrating ball flight that better players generate. This isn't a scooping motion. This isn't helping the ball into the air. This is hitting down to make it go up one of golf's beautiful paradoxes. The extension through the hitting zone is equally impressive. His arms extend fully toward the target after impact, the club head releasing through the ball rather than at it. This creates maximum energy transfer. This is where distance comes from, not from swinging harder, but from swinging more efficiently. And that finish. Oh, that finish. Charlie's follow-through is balanced, complete, and held. His weight is fully transferred to his front foot. His belt buckle faces the target. His hands finish high near his left shoulder. And here's where those echoes become almost haunting, because we've seen this finish before. We've seen it win major championships. We've seen it hit shots under pressure that have become part of golf history. But let's pump the brakes for a moment. Yes, there are similarities. Yes, there are technical elements that mirror one of the greatest swings ever developed. But Charlie isn't simply photocopying a technique. He's incorporating modern understanding of biomechanics. He's benefiting from launch monitor technology that provides instant feedback. He's training with methods that didn't exist when his father was learning the game. The golf swing has evolved. Equipment has changed dramatically. Balls fly farther. Clubs are more forgiving. Courses have adapted. The game itself has transformed. So while Charlie's swing contains elements of classical technique, it's also a product of contemporary golf instruction and technology. Let's talk about consistency. Anyone can hit one good shot. Talented athletes can string together good shots for 9 holes, maybe even 18. But greatness in golf is measured by consistency over time. It's about repeating that swing under pressure when tournaments are on the line, when the world is watching. Charlie's shown glimpses of this consistency in junior tournaments. His ball striking appears reliable, not erratic. His misses seem to be relatively small misses rather than the wild dispersion patterns that plague inconsistent players. This suggests that his swing fundamentals are sound, that his technique holds up under the stress of competition. But here's what we can't measure yet.
Ow.
Will this swing perform at the highest levels? Junior golf, even elite junior golf, is different from professional competition. The pressure magnifies. The courses get harder. The competition becomes relentless. Many talented juniors have faltered when making that jump. So while Charlie's swing looks beautiful now, the real test comes later. Let's discuss the mental side, because technique is only part of the equation. Golf is as much mental as it is physical, maybe more. The ability to manage emotions, to stay patient during difficult rounds, to maintain confidence after bad shots, these intangibles separate good players from great ones. What we've seen from Charlie in tournament settings is encouraging. He displays composure that seems beyond his years. When he hits a poor shot, he doesn't spiral. He doesn't throw clubs or display the emotional volatility that derails so many young players. There's a maturity in his on-course demeanor that suggests he understands the mental game. Of course, he's had the ultimate teacher in course management and mental toughness. He's witnessed firsthand how to handle pressure, how to think strategically, how to control emotions in competitive situations. That education is invaluable. You can't buy that kind of insight. You can't read it in a book. It has to be experienced, absorbed, internalized. Now let's address the elephant on the course. The comparisons are inevitable, but are they fair? Charlie is forging his own path, building his own identity. Yes, his swing contains familiar elements. Yes, his last name opens doors and creates opportunities. But he's the one hitting the shots. He's the one putting in the hours. He's the one managing expectations that would overwhelm most teenagers. The golf world loves a compelling narrative. We love dynasties, legacies, stories of excellence passed from one generation to the next. But we also need to give young players space to develop, to make mistakes, to find their own way without crushing pressure. Charlie's swing is impressive, genuinely impressive on its own merits. Strip away the famous last name, judge it purely on technical execution and results, and you're still looking at a talented young golfer with significant potential. The fact that he happens to be connected to golfing royalty adds intrigue, but the talent stands alone. What does the future hold? That's the question everyone wants answered. Will Charlie Woods become a professional golfer? Will he compete at the highest levels? Will he win tournaments? Maybe even major championships? Nobody knows. The path from promising junior to successful professional is littered with unfulfilled potential. But if his swing is any indication, if the technical foundation he's built continues to develop, if his mental game matures alongside his physical skills, then the golf world might want to pay attention. Because talent like this doesn't come along every day. Swings this fundamentally sound, this technically proficient, this aesthetically beautiful, they're rare. We're watching something special unfold. Whether it becomes legendary remains to be seen. Time, competition, and pressure will reveal the truth. But right now, in this moment, Charlie Woods' swing represents possibility. It represents potential. It represents the hope that greatness can be learned, nurtured, passed down. So when Charlie steps up to hit his next shot, watch carefully. Not just to compare, not just to critique, but to appreciate. Because we might be witnessing the early chapters of a remarkable story. A story of dedication, talent, and a swing that echoes with greatness while creating its own unique rhythm. The future of golf might not be coming. It might already be here, taking practice swings, studying the course, preparing to write its own chapter in the sport's rich history. And it all starts with that swing technical, powerful, and hauntingly familiar, yet distinctly its own.